Welcome to The Burning of the Midnight Lamp, where we are dissecting music history, album by album, and track by track. We have come to side B of Sparks' second album from 1972, A Woofer in Tweeder's Clothing. It is the sixth track, the cover version, their first cover version, from The Sound of Music, nonetheless. And the song is Do-Re-Mi.
A natural choice.
I mean, in the Sparks world, it's...
Why not?
Makes sense, in a way. I think we're just going to jump into it and have a listen, and we'll discuss it afterwards. Chris here has not heard this version before.
Heard the original, of course.
Yeah. Many times.
Yeah. I don't live in a cave.
So be prepared for a frenetic version of Do-Re-Mi.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't manage to stop, so it just faded out.
Well, when you're just accelerated, it's hard to hit the brakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of breaks,
Yeah, there's certainly no breaks here.
That's,
because this gives me a little bit the feeling when you watch an old movie when there's a car chase and it's been sped up
Yeah.
like a process, and I think they've done that here as well because there almost feels like there's auto tune on Russell's voice, and this is some years before auto tune was invented.
It could be, and his voice is very high pitched, so maybe they sped it up a little bit.
And the drums are really on the limit of being possibly fast to play.
the drummer is the hero here. And I can understand the reviewer.
The bassist, well, you need some
Yeah,
stamina
yeah.
to keep the rhythm there.
Yeah, as well.
Absolutely, it's crazy.
It's so cool on the last time they sing the verse when it sort of goes down an octave.
Yeah.
Great rendition.
Yes, it's my favorite version of this.
Yeah,
It's the way
it's
it's
not
supposed to be done.
not the greatest song in the world, but they managed to make something very interesting of it. Even though the idea is just speeding it up for, was it 4 times or 5 times?
At least.
At least 4.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they're speeding it up that much, but they do speed it up, but it is just more and more and more intense until you can't get it more intense. There's no more notes to be filled.
No.
Put it on a score sheet, and it would be all black notes.
Zappa's black page.
Yeah.
No, I'd say it's more interesting than enjoyable. Of the other songs, this is not one that I would, put on a lot, I would think.
I had the same feeling in the beginning. I thought, oh my God, did they play this song of all things? But it's grown on me a lot. It's very enjoyable, I think, especially, just the craziness of it.
Yeah, I remember the first time I heard it, it was kind of like, what the hell is this? But I never skip it.
No. Well,
it's almost like you're looking forward to this craziness happening.
there's probably a lot of details here if you pay attention to it, but it sounds like a novelty idea. Let's take this musical number and just repeat it and make it intense and fast and over the hills and away we go.
Over the Alps.
Yeah.
Then the last album, we discussed a bit that it was one of Bowie's more boring albums, and I think this album is so far quite the opposite.
This is quite the opposite, yeah. A lot of things happen.
You can say many things about the songs of Sparks, but they're never boring.
No, it's not.
No, find us a boring Sparks song.
They don't waste any time. And this was the first song on the second side of the original LP. And as we discussed in the podcast, the last songs were speeded up for the CD remaster.
The last 4 songs.
Yeah, the last 4 songs. So now I'm expecting the rest of this album to be, chipmunk voices and the speed metal drums.
Well, it never reaches this intensity.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Would you like to?
Well, we'll see.
It's been described as a Mac 1 version, speed of sound version of the Sound of Music song. One can say, reimagined with a unique twist. Very accurate way of putting it. The two brothers, they commented on this song, and Ron said that this developed from one of our infrequent jam sessions, a crowd pleaser, but hard on the pocketbook since it was written by a couple of other guys.
A couple of other guys, yeah.
And Russell said that while everyone was tuning up, I started making like Julie Andrews. The best live tune because the song resembled something that everyone had heard. Scary when the beat goes off in the middle.
Must have been amazing live,
Yeah.
And they did play this live on Swiss television, we know, so it was certainly played live.
Of course, Swiss television. Yeah.
No, I think this is a great rendition.
Oh yes.
Don't have much more to add to it, though. And you are watching us. What do you think of this rendition? Do you prefer Julie Andrews or do you prefer Russell and Sparks just smashing it out? Thank you to everyone who was watching us. We'll be back in a couple of days with the next track number 7, Angus Desire. And if you'd like to hear more about this album, we have a podcast episode where we are discussing this one and other albums as well. And we have a Patreon where we can get early access to all the songs on this album and future albums that we'll do. And apart from that, it's only for us to say goodbye and have a nice day.
Goodbye.
See you in a little while.